Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Big Mouth. So the war between Hollywood creatives and the public continues, with James Mangold professing that if toxic fandom continues, it will drive away the talent from big blockbuster movies. I'm disgusted. I am disgusted. These people, right, people like James Mangold, people like Ryan Johnson, believe the sentence, I hate you, I don't like your movie, I would have done this rather than that. They see that as toxic. I've seen it. I've seen him block people because they didn't like The Last Jedi. James Mangold is potentially going to write and direct a Boba Fett movie, right? All of a sudden, he's thrown his hat in the ring and got all vocal. He's triggering fans before he's even wrote a sentence or directed a scene. It's insane. It's like they don't have any etiquette. It's like they don't understand business. They don't understand customer relations. They don't even see us, the moviegoer, as their customer. And already James Mangold is triggering fans. We're going to drive away actors. Listen, if your actors can't handle constructive criticism and I don't like you, or you've got a big nose, or whatever, they shouldn't be in the business. Because once you put yourself in that spectrum, you are known to millions of people, and some of those people are not very nice. And you have to be able to handle that. And you should be trained back at Hollywood for that. There should be kind of counsellors talking to you about bullying and things like that. Because that is part of the industry. And by the way, it's always been part of the industry, pre-internet. People getting death threats by post, letters. Did I hear Jack Nicholson or Al Pacino or Robert De Niro crying? No, of course they didn't. What is going on here? This is ridiculous. You think we're going to drive good actors away from blockbusters? I think you lot are going to drive us away from blockbusters because they've become so generic, so boring, and they're hyped by these pundits, by these bloggers, maybe because you pay them, I don't know. But I'm genuinely, literally so bored of the 21st century movie industry now. I'm so done with it. I'm so done with the negativity and the triggering from the people who make the films, from the people who act in the films, from the people who write in the films. I did a film about Evangeline Lilly yesterday, pretty much taking credit for the whole of Ant-Man and the Wasp. It's getting worse and worse and worse. These people are triggering us through their identity politics all the time. They've become obsessed. Make the films. Make the damn films. We are the ones who get to judge if they're any good. Not you. You're supposed to make the films for us. Yeah? That's the whole idea. That's how you make money. Don't you understand? Or haven't you been told this back at the Hollywood Academy or whatever you graduate from? What, you don't graduate? You literally just get your job because of someone you know in the industry, or because you're the same religion as someone, or because you used to go to the same school as the chairman of the studio's brother or something. Is that how you get to work in Hollywood? It is, isn't it? Yeah. Please stop it. It's bad enough that you shouldn't be in the positions that you're in already. But to hear someone like Mangold, who obviously I loved Logan, I did a great job, but it doesn't mean I can't disagree with the guy. And at the end of the day, he's talking about toxic fandom. This is a term they've created to turn things around. They've seen the power we got. They've seen that we destroyed Solo. They saw that The Last Jedi is one of the most divisive movies of all time. They don't like the power they have. So they're trying to take that power back because they liked having it over us. And they think this term, toxic fandom, is going to win. It's going to intimidate us into going to watch their films. It's not. The more I said this, look, I tweeted James Mangold and Ryan Johnson, not that they're going to take a blind bit of notice. The more you keep on going on about toxic fandom, the more you create toxic fandom. As I say, they have no customer relation skills. They have no skills whatsoever with people because they live in a bubble. And we've all got to blow smoke up their backside and tell them they're the best director yet, better than Spielberg. better than Coppola, better than anyone. But you're not. Modern day filmmakers are not good filmmakers. They're not great motivators of actors. They're very good technically. They're very good with digital technology. They can make that look beautiful, like Rian Johnson made The Last Jedi look beautiful. But when it comes to getting performances out of actors, they're not good directors. They're not good storytellers. The way they put the films together, it's not good enough. But if you want to watch films with great CG and great digital work, then these modern day directors are fantastic. But they can't make a film. They cannot make a cohesive film. But they can, as I say, they can make a film that looks good. And that's the problem. That's why a lot of films these days get so much criticism, because the directors haven't got the quality or the skills, the all-round skills, to make a film. Because we're all used to films of a certain type, of a certain quality. We don't expect to go and watch a film and say, hey, great effects, but the rest of the film's crap. We deserve more than that. And it's not their fault. It's the way, look, it's the mentality now of the industry. And they're also getting a lot more bolshy with the people who watch the stuff and critique the stuff. They can't handle it. They can't handle us telling them that they're not very good at their jobs. Because if I was a doctor and someone dies and someone said, by the way, Mick, you're not very good at your job, how can I deny that? Someone's died, right? Rian Johnson, you made a divisive movie. Take it on the chin, son. Don't start triggering fans and mocking fans and calling it toxic fandom. It's a fiction. It's like misogyny. It's a fiction. And I'll do a video about misogyny because there's something I heard yesterday that really wound me up. These are terms to intimidate people to behave in a certain way that works for, let's just say, social justice warriors. They want to control how we act and how we behave because they're fascists. They don't want to hear, we don't like your film, we don't like you. I don't think personally putting someone down is right, but it's going to happen. You're never going to stop it. Take it on the chin, son. Take it on the chin, boys and girls. Get over yourselves. You think because you've got a blue verified tick, you're better than everyone else, and you shouldn't get insulted. You shouldn't be told. You shouldn't, that's life. I get put down 1,000 times a day. Is it right? Is it acceptable? No, but it's going to happen, and I have to take it. And you know how I can take it? Because I'm a person who's used to it. I'm a person who lived in everyday life, in a normal street, where people weren't looking at me saying, wow, I'd love to have sex with you, you're so hot. No, ugly git here, taking it on the chin because he's used to it. These people are not used to people calling them out and saying things. It's part of life. And Hollywood directors and actors, if you're going to be driven away from the industry because of silly things like that, you really don't deserve to be in the industry. People like me, the everyday people watching films, deserve to be in your industry more than you do. We have the passion and love that you don't. You're robots. You want to go in there, do the press calls, get smoke blown up your ass, and then go home and shag the wife or the husband or your bi partner or whatever you do these days. So don't go on the internet and tell me we're going to drive you away because we're honest about our opinions about films. Because some of us didn't like The Last Jedi because you went too political. Instead of making a great escapist fantasy movie, that's your fault, Rian Johnson. James Mangold, you made a rubbish Wolverine film, but then you made it better with Logan. Great. But I'll tell you now, your what is it called? The Wolverine or whatever it was, the second one, it was a rubbish film. You took away Wolverine's powers. It was crap. It was boring. It wasn't a great film at all. It was slow. I fell asleep. And you have to take that on the chin. Then Logan was one of the best films ever made. Well done, you. Take the credit. But take the criticisms when you get it wrong. I do it. I work on Cypriot Television developing the first English-speaking dramas. I get criticised for my personal life. I don't start going on Twitter saying, you've got no right to talk about it. They haven't. But let them. Let people talk. It's just noise. Don't be big babies. And, oh, I'm not going to make stuff if you're horrible to me. We will talk again. Soapbox standing down.